Assalamualaikum and good evening to everyone. This tutorial video is to find the average of profit and the highest profit from the array given, and we will write this in the assembly language. So let's see the sample of question that I give here, as you guys can see in here. So let's read one by one. What is this question about? Okay. So in here, there are 9 buildings, building A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, with 9 different profit from each building. Okay, so the first question asked is to find average profit. Okay, it asks you to find the average of profit and then store the result in average. And the second one is to find the highest profit and store the result in a high profit. So the second one asking you to find the highest. Okay. And then wherein is the total number of data and the average is the average profit of the given set of data, and display the output as the following. So this is the output that we need to display. So let's start. Let's start with what we gonna declare in a dot data first. Okay, so this is the things that we need to declare, which is the profit. There are 9 profit that we need to declare because this is array. Profit building A, profit building B, profit building C, profit building D, profit building E, profit building F, profit building G, profit building H, and profit building I. And then we're gonna declare average because after we find average, we need to store it in average. And the second things, after we find the highest profit, we need to save it in the high profit. And then the next thing is N, which is the total number of data. And then average, we already do it at the above one. Next is the average profit is. This is the text that we need to declare. And then the highest profit is. This is the things that we need to declare in the dot data. Okay. The back number, the 52,333 is the things that we want to find out. And also the highest profit is 95,000 is the things that we want to find out later. So let's start. Right? Okay. Okay, so let's start the code. Okay. So here is dot data. So I'm going to declare profit here with data type dword. Whenever you have data type number, you will declare it with dword. Okay. Unless the project or the question already give the data type that you need to use. Example, word or byte. So if the question doesn't ask you to use any other data type, just use it dword as the data type for the number. So dword 10,000, 50,000, 80,000, 75,000, 65,000, 40,000, 95,000, next 22,000, sorry. And the last one is 34,000. Okay, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, we have 9 profit here. Okay. Alright, next. Okay. Next is average. Average also number, so we're gonna use this one. Do you know what is the value for average? You don't know yet. So just put question mark. If there are number that you need to declare which or initialize, which is 0 or 1, later you can amend the dot data later. You can come back to dot data and fix that. So just put question mark if you don't know the value yet. average. And then next is the high profit. High profit keyword. We put it question mark also because you don't know the value yet. Then and D word. Okay, n is the total number of data. So how many total number of data is 9. So I'm going to declare n D word 9. And the next thing is we have two tags that we want to declare, which is one is average profit is and the second one is the highest profit is. So I'm going to give the variable name message average. Okay, byte. Alright, and then I'm going to declare it with average profit is. Okay. And don't forget to put null because if there is no null, it's gonna read the next text also. Okay, so I'm gonna declare next message profit by okay highest profit is. Okay, so this is the things that we know that we need to declare first. Okay, so let's proceed with the code. Okay, so I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. Okay, so I'm gonna delete things that is not important here. Okay, so first one, we need to find the average. Average, what is the formula of average here? So we need the sum of the profit, and then we need to divide by 9 because there are 9 data here. Okay, 9 data. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 data here. So we need to add all of the profit and divide by 9 so that we get the average. So in the assembly language, we can do one by one. So the first thing that are important in this formula, you need to know which one you need to do first. So the first one you need to do is the sum of profit. This one you need to do first, and then you divide with the 9 later on. So let's do the sum of profit here. How to get the sum of profit here? Okay, wait a moment. So I'm going to make a comment here to get the sum of profit. Okay, so in order for you to get the sum of profit, you need to make sure you need to enter one by one array to get the profit. Okay, so in the array, we use indexed. So this first number is going to be index 1. Whenever you do this one, you know that profit is in D word data type. So each of data that in profit, which is each data will use 4 line in a memory layout. 4 line in a memory layout. So basically, the first data is in index 0 and the second one gonna be in the index 4. This gonna be in the index 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, and 32. Okay, 0, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, and 32. Alright. Okay, so how we gonna do that? First of all, every time you want to get the profit from each index, you need to use loop. How many times you need to loop? 9 times because you have 9 data. So in a C++, in order for you to make 9 loops, you need to do it like this, something like this. Okay, example, I'm gonna use x 0, x less than 9, x plus plus. So that is how I'm doing the loop. Okay, that is how I'm gonna do the loop. So in assembly language, how you want to convert this one? Okay, you need to declare how many times you need to loop, which is you need to put the value 9 in the ECX. Okay, instead of you put 9 directly in here, I didn't say that this is wrong. I'm not saying that this is wrong. This is correct. But to make it more suitable for this question, because you already declared 9 in here, which is with variable n. So we can use variable n in here instead of 9. Okay, it's more proper. And then you use one of the variable, one variable for the label. Let's say I'm going to use L1. And then is going to loop again to their self, loop L1 again. So this is for this for loop. This assembly language, this 3 line is going to same as the for loop. Okay, the problem next is how to get the index, because if you didn't reach the index 0 to get the first profit from building A, you didn't get the 10,000. How you need to make sure you get the index? This is index. There are only 2 register that is for index, which is ESI or EDI. You can use either one. So let's say I'm going to use EDI. Move EDI. So the first index is what? Every time we declare array, so every time we are using array, you need to make sure you declare index with 0. So move EDI 0. So then later on, before you go to the next loop, you need to make sure you need to add how many times here? 0 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 12. It always plus 4. So here, before the loop end, you need to make sure to add the EDI with 4. So then it will go to the next index. Okay, to go to the next loop. So you need to add 4 before you go to the next loop. Okay, instead of EDI 4, you can use type profit. It will be same. Okay, because in the type, type profit is, as you can see here, profit is D word. D word type is 4. If type is word is 2, type byte is 1. Type D word is 4. You can use type profit. Type profit D word. D word is 4. Okay. Or you can use add EDI with 4. It will be same. EDI equal to EDI plus 4. Okay. So now, this index done. Okay, so now how we gonna receive the data and do the rest of it, which is we need to plus them. Okay, plus them with the next number. Get the 10,000 and add to the 50,000 and add to the 80,000 and whatsoever. So we gonna use one variable name to do it. Okay, so first of all, we need to get this one. Okay, let me make this bigger. Okay, we need to get this number. After we go to this index 0 and we get the 10,000, you need to put it somewhere else, which is we put it in one of the register. So let's say I'm getting the 10,000 and I put it in the EAX. Okay, I get every time I get the profit from each index, I will put it in EAX. That is what I'm gonna say right now. EAX. So next 50,000 also I will put it in EAX. Okay, so how I'm gonna do that one? Okay, so here is the code. Move EAX. So profit EDI. Okay, so means EAX profit index 0. Later on, the next loop, it would be 4. Next, plus 4, it's gonna be 8. And then 12. And then so on. So I'm just putting 0 right now. Okay? So next. So what are we gonna do with the EX? The next thing is we need to find the sum of profit, right? So after we get the number, okay, we need to add with all the number later on. 10,000 plus 50,000 plus 80,000 and whatsoever. So I need to have one more variable, which is sum equal to sum plus EAX. Okay, sum equal to plus EAX. So I'm going to declare one more sum. Keyword. So what is the initialized data here? So every time you see sum equal to sum plus EAX, which is it plus himself with EAX and stored it in himself again. So whenever you see this one, sum equal to sum, the sum D word should be 0. You must initialize it with 0. If you put it this one, can you use question mark and plus with 10,000? You cannot do that. If you use 0 here, can you plus 0 with 10,000? Yes, you can do that. So that's why if you use sum plus EX, make sure you declare it with 0. Okay. Okay, please make sure you declare this in the dot data. Okay, and then I'm going to do this one. Add sum equal to EX. So this is same like this. So first data is 0 plus EX is 10,000. It should be 10,000 that saved in the sum. Okay, that will be saved in the sum. Okay. Alright. Okay, we done with the sum of profit. Okay, so let's calculate how many, what is the sum of the profit here. Let's calculate with calculator first so that we can check after we run the code. Okay, so 10,000 plus 50,000 plus 80,000 plus, and then 75,000 plus 65,000 plus 40,000 plus 95,000 plus 22,000 plus and 34,000 plus. So you get 471,000 sum of profit. Okay, so let's check. You know that the final sum of profit is in the sum. Okay, so how we want to display the sum? Okay, first of all, I need to use syntax call write back to display in a decimal. In order to use call write back can only display the value in EAX. So we need to make sure the value that we want to display must be in the EAX. So the value that we want to display is in the sum right now. So I'm gonna move the sum to the EAX. So let's run the code. I move sum to the EAX and then I'm call write back. Okay, so now we get the 471,000, same as in the calculator. Okay, so now we do the coding right. Okay, so this is just to check the code. So I'm done with sum of profit. So next, what is the next thing we need to do? Next thing, I need to divide by 9. Which is sum divided by 9. Sum divided by 9. So next, we're gonna find the average. Okay, so I'm gonna delete this. Okay, what is this? Okay, In order for me to do sum divided by 9, okay, here is the way. So I'm gonna use division instruction. So what is happen in a division instruction? So let me explain here. Okay, in a division instruction, okay, you need to use it EAX equal to EAX divided by what? But we want to do it right now is sum divided by 9, or we can use n. We can use n because n also 9. N. Okay. Alright. So, the things that we write here, okay, the things that we're going to write here, the things that I've circled there, I'm going to write here also. So, what is the rules to use div? Let's see in the appendix B in the textbook, division. Okay, here. You can use register and memory. As you guys can see, n is already in a dot data. It means n is a memory. And it means a memory. So I can put n in here and div n right away. Okay, div n. But before that, I need to make sure sum must be in EAX first. Sum must be in the EAX first. So let's do that one. Okay. So move EAX sum. Okay, so I already put sum in the EAX first, and then move EDX 0. Why we need to do this? Initialize EDX with 0 before using div. You must declare EDX with 0 before you use div instruction. You must to initialize EDX with 0 first, and then we can use div n. Div n. It seems like EAX equal to EAX divided by 9. So the answer for the division is in the EAX. And then you need to know that after we find the average, we need to store it in the average. So we need to move the n to the average. Okay, move n to the average. Okay, so how to see the value of the average? Average should be 52,333. This is the average. Okay, so let's check. Okay, to check the value, we need to use call right deck. Okay, and then we need to make sure whenever you use call right deck, the value must be in the EAX. Okay, so where is the value? The value of the average is in the average right now. Oh, I'm sorry. Here EAX. I'm sorry. Here. I forgot that the value for the average of profit is in AX, not is in the N. In the EAX. I'm sorry. So I move it to the average. Okay, not N EAX. I'm sorry. Okay, the final value is in AX and move it to average first. And then I want to call right deck to display the answer in the decimal. So the call right deck can only display the value in AX. So I need to make sure the value that I want to display must be moved to the AX first, which is average. So let's write. So I get the same value as the sample, 52,333, same like this one. Okay. So the problem is I need to display average profit is before the 52,383. So how to do that? Move EDX, offset, call right string. Okay, move EDX offset. Offset who? Message average is the variable that hold the text average profit is. So I'm gonna call offset message average. Okay, message average have the average profit is. So I'm gonna call the offset of message average, and then call write string, and then I call the write that. So I get the same as the sample. And then before we display the highest profit is, I need to put the next line to it, which is call CRLF. Okay, call CRLF. I run it again. So this is the result. Average profit is 52,333. And then the next data that will be displayed is in the next line before the press any key to continue. So let's proceed. Okay, so I'm going to delete this one. Okay, next thing. Let's make this bigger again. Okay, next thing is we want to find the highest profit. We want to find the highest profit, this one. We want to find the highest profit again. So we need to go through every index again, every array of the building. We need to get all the profit and we need to compare to each other. So we need to do the looping again. So to get the looping, which is 9 data, so 9 times of loop. So we need to do it again, which is like this. Okay, x equal to 0, example, x less than 9, x plus plus. So I'm going to write this code. Okay, so let's write this code. Okay, find the highest profit. Highest profit. Okay. To find the highest profit, first thing is we need to make it in the loop because we need to go every building again to get the profit. So move ECX 9, but instead 9 we're gonna use n because n also 9. So let's use L2 as the next level because L1 is already in use. So let's use L2 and then loop L2. Loop L2. Alright. So this is the things that same that for loop. Same as in the for loop that I'm writing in here. Okay. Next is how to get data from each building. We will do the same as this one. Same as this one. I will just copy this one. Same. Okay, move EX profit, EX profit. Okay, I forgot to do that. Sorry. We need to declare index first. Before we do that one, we need to declare index first. Let's use EDI. Initialize the index with 0 first. And then after that, we're gonna add the EDI before. But instead of using for, I'm gonna use type profit. Same as in the above. Okay. Alright. Alright, move EDI 0 to make sure that after 0, we will go to index 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, and 32. And then the next one, I need to get this 10,000. How to get that one? Move. I'm using EAX, so every time I get this number, 10,000, every time I get this number, I will put it in EAX. Okay, so move EAX, profit, EDI, profit EDI. So EAX, profit, it will start with the index 0 here. EDI plus 4. EX profit 0. Okay. So done here. After we get the 10,000 and the next loop we will get the 50,000 and the next loop we will get the 80,000 and whatsoever. So the next thing is the reason we do this, we want to get the highest profit. So we need to compare the number to each other. So first of all, I'm going to do like this one. Okay, I want it to compare. Compare. EAX with the high profit. Okay. So if EAX bigger or greater than high profit, okay, by the way, it's something like this lah. Wait a second, I will just copy and put it. Okay. You need to put the value in the high profit. If EAX is not higher than high profit, just go to the next loop. Okay, so how we gonna do that? So this one, we need to compare the EAX. Okay, so before that, every time we want to compare to each other, we need to make sure the high profit is 0. If you put the high profit question mark, how you want to compare? Okay, let's say this one. How you want to know when you need to change this one? Okay, so let's say EAX is 10,000. The first data is 10,000 and you want to compare with question mark. Can you do that? It's not possible. So that's why we need to initialize with 0. So then you can compare. And then you will compare that one. So that's why I need to change this one to 0. Okay. I'm going to compare EAX to the high profit. Okay. As you guys see, to this number, to all this profit number, this is unsigned number because no sign at all at the front. No positive number, no negative number. So this is unsigned number. So if you want to use greater, so which jump that I'm going to use? Okay, this one. Jump based on unsigned comparison because the number don't have any sign at all. So to use more than, here there are two mnemonics that are same, JA and JNBE. So I'm going to use JA here. JA. Alright. I'm going to use JA. Okay, I'm going to use JA. Alright, after JA, I'm going to use another label, let's say L3. Okay, but you need to know that if the EAX more than higher profit, the high profit equal to EAX, that this thing is happen in the loop. So you cannot go outside the loop L3. You cannot do that. You must do the L3 inside the loop. Okay, you must do it inside. Okay, because it's still inside. Okay, for this is the end of the bracket. Okay, so you need to do it in the loop. Okay, this is the L2, this is the loop L2. Okay, so you need to do this one. If it's greater, means EAX is greater than high profit, it will go to the L3. So what will LT do? You need to put the EAX into the high profit. Okay, which is something like this. It will seems like high profit equal to EAX. Okay. After it done, it will go to the next loop. Every time it need to go to the next loop, you need to add the EDI with a type of profit. Okay, so after L3, it will go to here and loop L2. Alright, it's correct. But if EAX less than high profit, where should it go? It should go to the next loop, right? So it should add EDI type profit. Okay, let me show you how to do that. Jump. Let's say I'm using variable L4, so I need to add here. If not, how I'm gonna go to here? So this add, I need to put it in the L4. jump L4. If EX less than high profit, okay, if it less than high profit, it needs to go to this one and then go to the next loop, compared to the next loop. If it's greater, okay, if EX more than high profit, it will go to the L3 and move the EX to the high profit, and it still go to here. Okay, you can do it like this because after L3 it will go to the L4 also, or you can put another one, something like this. Both are correct. You can do like this, or you can just delete this one and put it like this. Both is correct. So I'm just gonna put this one, jump L4, because I want to do this one. Okay, so done. So the highest profit will be stored in the high profit, okay, in here. So definitely it will be put in the high profit. So how I'm gonna show the highest profit? I need to do it outside of the loop, definitely. So the high profit is 95,000. Okay, so let's try to call it using call write deck. Okay, so you need to make sure that every time you call write deck, the final value must be in the EAX. Okay, so where's the high profit? So the high profit is in here. So we just copy this one, put it here, and try to run. And you get 95,000 here. Okay, but we need to put the text here. So move EDX offset. This one, variable message profit holds the text of highest profit is. So I'm going to use this one, message profit. And then call write string. Alright, let's run. Okay. It would be nice if the press any key to continue gonna be to the next line. Okay, so I'm gonna put it in the next line. I'm using call CRLF. So let's run this one. Yes, this is how we do this code. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna show you the full code here. Okay, so this is all the things that I declare. This is the code, sum of profit, and then this is average of profit, and then this one is the highest profit, and done. That's all for my tutorial today. Thank you for watching. Okay, bye.